All right, I see that somebody's joined me here. I figured do just a little bit of a Q&A and see if there was any questions that anybody had about the travels here so far. Overall, things are going pretty good. But I just popped it up on Facebook and kind of looking at trying to do a Q&A type of a conversation with people once a week, starting on Sundays, probably around 4 o'clock Eastern time, just to kind of get people talking about things that I'm doing here. So I figured the best way to communicate with people is through a little live video. So if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them down, and I'll try to answer them when I can. All right. All right. Let's see. So I have two people here. I'm just gonna check Facebook, see if there's anything going on. See if anybody's asking any questions. Uh, all right. Sage and I have been here in Coimbra for 2 weeks, so we're starting to get um, our way around town here. I'm a little more familiar with it than Sage is, so she's becoming a little more familiar with the Baja area that we're in. It's a really cool neighborhood. It's down by the river, and it's pretty flat. There's some old buildings that are nearby. Got like 600-year-old churches. Got Mercado. Got across the street we have Continent, which is their shopping mall, or not shopping mall, sorry, their food market, and there's a Pinto Doce, which is similar, and all kinds of different restaurants. There's plenty of wine for Sage to drink. She's tried out a Vinho Verde that she likes quite a bit. Sleeping, it just popped up for a second there. Sleeping really well. The bed here is pretty hard, so typically kind of wake up a little sore, but everything kind of ends up going into place as we wake up, have some coffee, go out and do our kind of daily thing, just walking around, maybe get a pastel de nata, get a cafe, drinking like different soft drinks is one of the different things that I have been doing that I don't usually do in the United States. But meeting up with other expats around here and kind of building a community base here. So things are going pretty well. Yeah, the coffee is delicious. Have an espresso, or there's a coffee drink that Sage really loves that is called a galao. It has a lot of cream. It's a little chocolatey. Has a nice little velvety flavor or texture to it, so it's pretty good. I've been enjoying the just the espresso, just a shot of espresso, occasionally a galao. I did have a cappuccino last night. That was pretty darn good. Uh, what else? Today was the end of the school year celebration for the students, so there's all kinds of floats, all kinds of students too. And they were drinking and enjoying themselves as they celebrated graduating from the university and beginning their new lives. And I did another live video right before this one to kind of showcase what is what they do to celebrate. So they have all these floats. I think there's 72 of them, somewhere around there, and yeah, they're just singing, drinking, and being merry with their friends there. Let me think. What else? We haven't really done anything touristy here yet. We're just kind of getting our bases, kind of getting settled in, buying items that we need. Just food and bread, cheese, water, coffee. We have been making some coffees at home too. I bought a fan because it has been unseasonably warm here. Has hit the 80s 90s a couple of times in the past 2 weeks. So it's been quite warm. But during the evenings it does drop down to typically around 58. I think last night it might have been a little bit higher, like mid 60s, but had been pretty warm during the days, and we have through walking, we did go up to the two different shopping malls. So I showed Sage those two areas, and we went up to the university, and both places, like the Forum, which is one of the shopping malls, and the university, they're both on pretty high hills. And Sage is one that I was kind of concerned about with the hills, but she was able to go up the hills, walk the hills, and not have any issues. I mean, we just kind of took some time to go up and made it up, even though it was hot, and made it back down. And the beach, the closest beach is Figueira da Foz. I was contemplating going there yesterday because it was in the 90s here, but it was in the 80s there. So I was thinking, maybe we should go there to kind of take it cool, have the ocean and everything. But it also was raining, so decided to not go out there. But that's something that's pretty neat, because we can just pop on a train that's like 2 blocks away from us, and take the train and make it to Figueira da Foz in about an hour and 15 minutes. So it's a nice little train ride, but not too far away, and can enjoy ourselves. I know that there's been a few questions. I'm not sure if I've answered everything so far, but I do appreciate the questions that have been dropped here, and keep them coming, and I'll answer anything that you have for me. I'm just kind of thinking of what all we've done. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. I have done a little bit of filming for some other videos, but haven't put everything together for a good story. So I want to try to tell a story whenever I'm putting out videos. But yeah, let me see. I'm not sure if I can see any questions.
Mention how polite it is across the street.
Sorry?
Mention how polite it is across the street. How cars stop when you cross the street.
Oh, yeah. Whenever we cross the street, whenever we cross the street, when cars come up, everybody's super polite. They'll stop and they kind of go like that, and that's kind of means, come on, go ahead and go over. I see you, and they're like, I just kind of wave to them, and thank them, and go across, and everything's just really appreciative. It's like not something that we see often in the United States. For the small living space, that's a great question, because downsizing from 2,000 square foot to like, I don't know, like, what is it, 30 square foot?
36.
It's about 36.
No, 36 square meters.
Oh, it's about 36 square meters. I mean, this place is pretty tiny. So I think that's like about 90 square foot. Yeah, it's really tiny. The overall, we're doing well with it, but the being in a small space, we are kind of just on top of each other. So occasionally we're kind of running into each other as we're trying to get things organized in here. And that's what today has been. Today, like Sundays, we're trying to do like cleaning and organizing and putting things together. Like the first week was really just getting things organized to live in a smaller space, and we're not 100% there. I mean, we're gonna be tweaking things here and there, I'm sure, as we learn what's going to be the best way to live in a minimalist lifestyle. And living minimally is a new and challenging feat for myself. That is something that I plan on sharing about in future episodes on here. Just kind of be like, this. You see a lot of it on YouTube, and you're like, oh, they make it so glamorous and da-da-da-da-da and so easy. But really, I wanted to discuss minimalism in more of like an honest and realistic view. So that's some of the stuff that I've been thinking about. And one of the things that I am noticing that is through discussing things with some other expats last night is that sometimes less really is more. And like eating food in the U.S., it's about more, and not feeling satisfied and just eating and eating and eating and eating and eating until there's a little bit of a pain, and that's when I would stop. But here I'm eating less, and I'm just really satisfied with the types of food. Like last night we had they were fried sardines. They were little itty bitty codfishies, and they had like 8 of them and shared it with Sage. And there was some risotto that was probably the best risotto that I've ever had, and we just shared that, and both of us were satisfied. So yeah, it's been been an interesting adventure in that regard. All right. It looks like we have been going for about 15 minutes here. I noticed that some people have dropped off, but we've had a great conversation so far. And I'm going to see what's going on, if I can view any of the messages that are on here, because I'm not seeing anything. Uh, oh, sorry. Uh, so okay, yeah, Joanne. So sports, the big thing with sports here is soccer, obviously. Over by the Alma Shopping Center, which is on the other side of the university, there is a football team. So in the U.S., they would say the soccer. So there is a local soccer team. Also across the river, there is like a university soccer team, and I believe that there's a rugby field over there. There's some tennis courts. What else did I see? Some basketball. Uh, but yeah. So let's see. All right. So what is my favorite soda right now? The best soda that I've had is called the
Corona.
Guanara, and it's a fruit from Brazil. It is absolutely delicious. It has hints of ginger ale and cherry. It would be the closest thing to it, but that's really not even giving it justice. Oh, so yeah, so uh, it's with celebrations of the with the students. It is loud, and it usually goes on in this area till about 3 o'clock in the morning on the weekends, and then it kind of dies down. So it has been loud, and it seems like the past couple nights have been a little bit quieter. And see the what's happening there. I think that I discussed the earlier, but they had a celebration for the students, something that they do almost every year. But due to COVID, the past 2 years they have not had these floats and doing the parade with these floats and celebration. So this was the first year in a couple years that they haven't or they've gotten to do the parade celebration. So they had they had a great time down there. They were all drinking on the streets, and they basically walked from um, the university and take the floats down through Plaza de la Republica and go down to the old church, Santa Cruz old church, and then they go through the Beja and then back across the river over into Santa Clara. And there's been all kinds of other things going on um, over there. They had a car race over in Santa Clara, which is on the other side of the river. And I didn't get to see that per se, but they had a bunch of cars over there. Some friends had taken photos of that, and it looked like it was fun. So if you're ever into like um, street car racing, that's a pretty cool place to like see stuff. Um, Yeah, so overall, like everything's, I'm adjusting well, um, over the jet lag, and was able to kind of center myself and find my way around. There's still a lot of responsibilities that I need to take care of because when you get your D7 visa, that's not the end of it. You have to go to your self appointment, and we do that in August, and we'll have to. Um, what is it? Yeah, well, we have a few things that we need to get in order to take over to them. And we have like a checklist of the things that we need to bring with us. They should have a lot of the stuff from when we did the visa application because they do a lot of that stuff electronically. And I'll probably end up doing a video on the D7 process, the obstacles that I encountered in the process of coming here. You know, talk about the whole process because it's not something that is, you up and move. It's something that you really have to plan and know what you're doing, and try to eliminate as many of the mistakes as possible. But it's almost impossible to not make a mistake. So it's just something that kind of have to do your best, and until then, you just kind of walk through it and um, try to give the officials in Portugal what they're asking for, and if you can't, you can't. But let me see. Probably gonna go on here. So I think that I will have this go on for like another 7 more minutes and kind of see if there's any other stragglers. But I figured that this is just a good way to kind of give an update and connect with you all. You know, uh, being able to talk on here and see my face is probably something that some of you all would like. And like some of you can just message me and talk to me on Facebook, but I figured that being a little more personable and a Q&A is probably a great way to communicate. And mostly being able to just talk on the fly to people and hopefully try to get a little bit of my personality out there. Some of the videos that I've made, personally, I find that they are a little bland and lack the personality that I have. So I'd like to do more of these live videos to really showcase my personality and hopefully be able to translate the live videos into the other videos, so you get a little bit more of my personality in the other videos. The other videos were kind of talking head videos, and I plan on doing more videos that are out in the public sphere where I am, maybe showcasing the Santa Cruz Church and talking about the history of Coimbra, or talk about the history of fado, which is the music of this region. Just talking about like the different parts of the culture that's associated with Coimbra. And also, I'll have to figure out how to best do these live videos. I'm here in my apartment right now, the studio, but I would like to do like live videos out in public, but I'm trying to figure out how to do the logistics of that. Because I mean, just here with the this live video, there was a little bit of lost connection here. And I know that when I was out earlier with the parades, I lost connection too. So that is one of the things that I might have and to figure out how to overcome that obstacle. All right. Yeah, so it looks like that people are dwindling off. I probably have lost most of y'all, and so I think that what I'm gonna do is go ahead and call it, and I'm gonna end this live feed. It's been great to talk to you all. I know that I was just kind of rambling a bit, but I figure that on the future ones we'll have a better live streaming experience. Anyway, hope that you enjoyed this, that you enjoyed the update of what's going on with me, and until then, I'll see you on the next one.